whining in the distance. It's fantastic. Whee! The red we're in for an adventure! Hey Dragonlings, it is day, I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? It's day 7 of VEDA, vlog every day in August. And we're going to do a little chat while I shuffle my Therapets cards and get like an inspirational message, because I really need one today. So, if you haven't noticed, I've been doing shorts for VEDA, and I haven't posted one for the past couple of days. And that's because the only thing I've done the past couple of days is work, eat, sleep, and read. And the only thing of those is actually going well is, you know, reading. Yes, of the 4 things I've actually been doing, the only thing that's going well is reading. And there's probably a couple reasons for that. My sleep has been very fitful. Like, it's been full of, most of the time, there's been no dreams, which is cool in a way, but at the same time, it kind of sucks. Because that's where a lot of my story ideas come from. That's what helps me write my stories. Because even if I don't want to write the actual story idea, for some reason, the dreams that would give me story ideas, or even the nightmares that I don't like having, kind of like give ideas for projects I am currently working on, if that makes sense. Like they boost the motivation for projects I'm working on. So it kind of sucks that lately, most of the time, I'm not having any dreams. Because they do happen a lot. And the couple of dreams I have been having have been reoccurring dreams of, like, to me, nightmares are not like the monsters and the things that go bump in the night. They are more so like real life events, like things that could possibly happen. So my nightmares involve a lot of death. They involve a lot of like situations that could happen that probably won't happen, but could happen. And like the 20 variations of ways they could happen. So like an example is the fact that one of the reoccurring nightmares that I haven't had this week, thank goodness, but I've had in the past when my kids were little, when we first moved up here and my kids were a little younger and more prone to wander the grounds, is by the Hill of Doon, there's this little canyon gully thing. And for some reason that I probably was told a long time ago, my grandparents filled that gully area with a bunch of concrete from the place they both worked and retired from. And there is concrete bits and rebar bits just, you know, hanging out, sticking out of the ground. And it's a dangerous location, actually. And probably should be cleaned up, but hasn't been. So, like, one of the reoccurring nightmares I had for the first few weeks that we were here was that my kids would wander off and go play there, trip, fall, stumble, and get impaled on rebar. That's the least gory way I can put that. And that was a reoccurring nightmare for me. Why I'm telling you this, I don't know. Oh, yeah, leading back to the dream, the fitful sleep. So I haven't had that nightmare in a long time, thank God. But probably because we've been here almost 3.5 to 4 years now, and my kids don't go out and wander that much. And when they do, they stay pretty close to home, for the most part. So things like that, though, are what I consider nightmares. And usually I've had, like, various variations of that same nightmare. So no nightmares recently, thank goodness. However, no dreams either with, like, monsters and stuff. Things that are less likely to happen. Which has been affecting the fact that I haven't really felt like writing. Not that I've had the time to write. I mean, I have, technically, if I switch out what some of the other things I'm doing. But, yeah. But the fitful sleep is more because of the fact that it's taking me a while to go to sleep. I am sleeping more hours because I just don't, I'm pretty certain I'm in a little depression mode. And I probably have shuffled these enough. I don't fucking know. I usually shuffle them several times and then draw a card, and I'm just sitting here shuffling them while talking to you guys. But, I'm pretty certain I'm in a slight depression mode, and it's because of work. It really is. For those who don't know, if you might be new here and you haven't heard me talk about work, I am an EVS technician, which is a fancy way of saying a housekeeper. I work at a hospital, which is conjoined with care center, physical therapy, and clinic. Like, the whole building is this weird conglomeration of all four. Excuse me, I need a drink. And since January, my technical job position is as the clinic housekeeper, the clinic EVS technician. However, the clinic is under renovations. My hair is doing weird things. And so there's only like one hall open under the clinic right now currently. And the rest of my job is kind of like tasks here and there in various other locations. I have done discharges for the hospital. I have done laundry, washing our mops and rags, folding them, putting them away. I have done cleaning in the physical therapy. I have cleaned the business office upstairs. That's the only thing that is upstairs, the business office. And things like that. And I've been doing a wide variety of tasks. 2 weeks ago, oh, and because of all this, because I am the only person who knows how to clean, yeah, you probably just saw me roll my eyes at that, that knows how to clean the clinic. I started in January, and I haven't had one day off. Not one, since I started working at the clinic. And to be frank, it's fucking bullshit. Because A, it only takes me at max 3 hours to clean the clinic, and that is if I scrub everything in that one hall and vacuum everything in that one hall. On a good day, when I don't have to do that, it takes me less than an hour. So the fact that no one knows how to clean the clinic when it's cleaned exactly like you clean the ER and an office, which everyone who works in EVS knows how to do, is fucking bullshit. And I'm really getting tired of the excuses. And I've been getting tired of the excuses for a while. But to be fair to everyone, and I don't mean to be fair as in like to make excuses for them. No, I mean to be fair to everyone. Anytime I wanted a day off, I took a half day in which I would work 4 hours. And during the 4 hours, I would clean the clinic only and wash the mops and rags. And someone else would have to fold them because I wasn't going to fold them. No, since I'm not allowed a fucking day off, I wasn't going to fold them. But I needed mops and rags myself, which is why I washed them. So I've had a few half days. I did ask for one day off. One day, because there was just events that was going on that day that were going to take up the whole day. And I was like, I don't want to have to work at all. 3 days before that one day, I was told I needed to clean the clinic. So I didn't even get that one day off. I still ended up coming in for a half day. So since January, I've got a month worth of PTO saved up and I haven't been able to use any of it. Except for 4 hours here and there. Oh, this message is perfect for what I'm talking about. It says, no beating yourself up anymore. It doesn't help and you don't deserve it. Sorry. So I have not, except for like these half days where I put in hours for 4 hours here and there, I have not been able to use up any more PTO. And the excuse that's been given to me every single fucking time is no one knows how to clean the clinic. Which I've already expressed. It's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. On top of that, anytime I've asked for a half day off, it feels like anytime I've asked for a half day off, at least one of my other coworkers is asking for a full week off. And so I've had to look at a calendar and see the fact that I'm not allowed to have even one full day off, but all these people can take a full week off at a time on day shift. And it's literally because I work a night shift and no one wants to work night shift. I understand that. I volunteered for the position because of the fact that it was night shift. But and I knew that it was going to be hard. But I was told from the beginning that if I wanted a day off, we would figure it out. And that has not happened. Not once. Because I was still asked to come in. The one day I asked for a full day off, I was still asked to come in. Oh, I'm going to start crying. And when I took the position, that was the one thing that was kind of like, okay, we can make this work. Because I was told that if I wanted a day off, we would figure it out. And it hasn't. Those promises have been broken. And on top of that, my sister gets married next year. And in 2025. And because my rest of my family lives in North Carolina, all of our friends live in North Carolina for the most part. And we're here in Montana, for those who don't know. That is the United States away. Almost the entire United States away. They are on the East Coast. They live about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours from the beach. I think the beach we went to took about 2 hours with stops for snacks and drinks and stuff like that. Oh, goodness. But there was actually other beaches that were probably closer. It's just that was the one we liked going to. Oh my goodness. Anyways. Sorry. Now I got pet hair all over me. Glad you guys can't really, well, you probably can see it in the video, but. So. Where was I going with that? Oh, because they live so far away. And because I don't like flying, I've flown a couple of times. It has not been a pleasant experience. My ears don't pop when we're in the air. So I'm sitting there curled up in fetal position, bawling my eyes out because my ears fucking hurt. So I don't like to fly. Will I fly if I absolutely have to? Probably. Might I have to? Possibly. But I don't want to. So it's a 3 to 4 day drive. Maybe shorter if we're changing drivers often, but it's probably not going to happen. Let's be real. Justin falls asleep. I don't like flying. Justin falls asleep on long drives that are just straight roads. Probably not a good idea for him to drive. So, because of that, the plan is for me to do most of the driving, 3/4 of the driving. And basically him to drive when I am too tired to drive. And I take a nap in the passenger side. But again, still probably not a good idea. So, but we're going to drive to North Carolina. So it's going to take 3 to 4 days of driving to get to North Carolina. One way to make it to a wedding. If you add that together, that's already 8 days. We had planned on being there to visit family and friends while we're there. So I was like, we're going to take 2 weeks off from work. 2 full weeks. And when it was just me working there, if you didn't know, my husband now works there as housekeeping too on day shift. He works day shift, I work night shift. Supposedly, during his interview, he was told that wouldn't be possible. He was never told during his interview. It's bullshit that he's being told that now. Basically, what's happening is we're now being told that if we ask for 2 weeks off next year, a year and a half from now, it's going to be denied. And I'm like, I wasn't asking permission. If that's my last day of work, that's my last day of work. I won't come back. You obviously don't need me to come back. You're going to deny me a 2-week vacation. Especially when the person saying that took 2 weeks off last year, unannounced, until like a week before, to go to New York to visit her family. See where I'm going with this? Now, I do get it. You're losing 2 people at the same time for 2 weeks. However, The 2 weeks that she went to New York, we were 1 week without two people because one of our other coworkers got COVID at the same time and was out for a week and a half. That overlapped with her vacation. So that excuse is bullshit. I know what it is. Combined with the fact that I have not had a single day off and I've been told to come in on a day that I actually did have off. I know it's the fact that she can't replace me because no one knows how to clean clinic. And by then the clinic will be fully open. But I'm sorry. I'm giving you a 1.5 year notice. Because at the time I first mentioned it, it was a little over 1.5 years. Because the wedding is in November of next year. 1.5 year notice, I'm pretty certain you can figure your shit out. You should be able to figure your shit out at least. But, no biggie. We're both being told we'll be denied. And that's fine. So I'm already irritated at work because of those two things. But a couple weeks ago, I had a couple of half days and due to the fair. And because of the fair, I was not as productive on my full days as I could have been and probably should have been. And I don't have any regrets because those were days I probably should have had fully off. And because I'm not allowed to have days off, I didn't take them. My boss has made it very clear that I'm not allowed to have days off because she was the one that asked me to come in on the one day I was supposed to have off. So the boss I used to look up to a fuck ton now has lost all of my respect because there's been a bunch of broken promises. There's been a bunch of saying one thing and then doing the exact opposite. And it's just, I'm tired. I'm really fucking tired. And what I really want to do is I want to take a whole goddamn month off from work. And I asked for a week off in September for the 7-day book challenge. I'll put a link to that in the cards if you are interested in finding out more about that. But I asked for a week off in September. And I might get it. I really don't think I get it. We'll get it. Sorry, I had a notification pop up. I might get it. I don't know. It's on the calendar as like a reminder. It's on the new work schedule calendar as a reminder that it's coming up. So I might get it. And because of that, I got an email last week asking me what I do at night. And I'm like, you fucking know what I do. And it was like, I need to know what you did for these days. And it was specific. And I was like, okay. And the way the email was worded, I have two mixed thoughts about it. Because the way it was worded, it was like, I need to know what you do on these days because I'm going to hire someone else and I need to know what to train them on. I'm like, but you know what I fucking do? Okay, but whatever, I'll get you this list. And then it was like, these specific days. And I was like, so is this list to hire someone new? Or is it so you can find out what I've been doing so you have a reason to write me up or fire me? Because I need to know which it is. I kind of need to know. I wrote her a list. It was 7,000 words of every task I do. I did not write about the specific days. I just wrote in general. And I wrote whether I did something daily, weekly, or monthly. Because some tasks I do daily, some tasks I do weekly, and some tasks I do monthly. Is that list complete? No. Thinking back on it, I missed a lot of shit. But it was 7,000 words. It took me all week to write, sitting down for 30 minutes a day and 2 hours to complete it on Friday. Monday, I come into a nastygram written in the public for all EVS employees. Communication notebook. Asked me what the fuck I was doing last week because there were tasks that I did not do. And then called me out about not doing some tasks 2 weeks ago on the days I was off from those areas. Strike 3. And since then, I've wanted nothing more than to turn in my badge and be like, you know what? I'm fucking done with your shit. Because one of the things I haven't been doing for the past couple weeks is I haven't been folding mops and rags. I haven't had fucking time. You're lucky they got fucking washed. You asked for this list. And I'm not allowed to have overtime. So I've had to work it into my goddamn schedule. Everyone else can get overtime if they're cleaning surgery, but I am not allowed to get any overtime. So I've had to work putting this list together for you into my schedule. And I've worked on it for 30 minutes every day, and then I worked on it a full 2 hours on Friday. It's bullshit. The other thing I haven't done, so I haven't folded mops and rags lately. But the other thing I haven't done is I have not cleaned discharges. Now, there's been mixed reasons for the cleaning of discharges. There's been multiple times. The nurse's station has like a dry erase board in which they write down a list of the dirty rooms. And when I've come in lately, for the past month actually, there has been a list. The board has either been completely empty or there's been a list of rooms on them and all of them have already been cleaned. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this board? And so the nastygram basically said you were supposed to walk around and check the rooms. I'm like, I don't have fucking time for that. I got too much shit to do. Or you're supposed to ask the nurses. And I'm sorry, every time I ask the goddamn nurses at the nurses station, they're like, I don't know. If it's not written on the board, we don't know about it. I'm like, you're fucking helpful. And then there's been a couple times. So if I don't get to discharges before a certain time, I'm not going to get to them at all because I have other things I got to do. There's no fucking chance. So there's been multiple times I've come into a clean board and there's nothing written on it. And I come back 2 hours later when it's already past time for me to be able to clean them. And there's 3 rooms written on it. And then Fridays, because I am cleaning more stuff in the business office on Fridays, I don't do discharges at all, period. The reason I got the nastygram was because Saturday morning there was 4 rooms written down as discharges and the person who was cleaning Saturday complained about it. On a day I don't clean discharges in the first place. I don't have fucking time to clean them that day. So yeah, work has been shitty, to say the least. And the reason the note bothered me so much is the person who wrote the note was my boss. She didn't contact me at all. Didn't text me, didn't call me, didn't message me on Facebook, didn't email me. No, she wrote a public note directed at me for all the housekeepers to see. And the reason I knew about it before going into work is because my husband saw it. He's like, there's a nastygram waiting for you at work. And I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for shooting my anxiety through the fucking roof before I have to go into work. And so that was Monday. And honestly, last night, I spent over half my shift crying. Rage crying, but crying. And the urge to just hang my badge on her fucking door was so great. It's not even funny. Because all I want to do is turn my badge in and be like, I'm fucking done with your shit. Here's a million reasons why. When I go into work tonight, I actually need to take a picture of that note because I need to email and be like, this is unacceptable. This is bullshit. If you wanted to know this information, you could have called me. You could have texted me. This is not the way to talk to me about it. And I do not appreciate this. And I will send it to my boss and her boss because that should not have happened. Generalized notes are allowed. Call-outs like that, no, that should have been private. That should have been a you and me conversation, not a everyone can see it conversation. Am I wrong? Like, please tell me if I'm wrong. I will happily admit it if I am wrong, but I'm pretty certain I'm not wrong in this case. Now, I understand doing that if she'd already talked to me and it continued happening, but she didn't. She had not once reached out to me. Even now, 3 days later, there's been no email. And I had to stop myself so hard from replying to that little message with a sassy, like, I've been doing the task you asked me to do. I've been writing your 7,000 word list of things I do daily that you asked for. And I don't clean discharges on Fridays. And the last couple weeks ago, I was not doing discharges because I wasn't fucking here. So yeah, that's where I stand right now with work. And it's been affecting my sleep cycle because I just staying up with anxiety. Because all I really want to do is turn in my badge. And just be done. I don't want to work there anymore. I don't. Period. I'm done. I've hit the point where I'm doing my classes starting in 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks. The temptation to start them now is so great because it's Coursera, which means I can start it anytime I want. But I know it'll be easier to do while the girls are at school. Because they'll leave for school, I'll work on my classwork, then I'll go to sleep. And I'll get up around the same time everyone's getting home from work and school. That's my plan. So I haven't started them yet, and I was going to wait to start them until after the girls start school. But the one course should only take me at like 2 hours a day. It should only take me 2 to 3 months to do. And the other course should take me 4 months to do. So in 6 months' time, I should have 2 certifications in bookkeeping. And funny enough, I've actually done bookkeeping before. For actual friends and stuff. Like I'm actually, believe it or not, because the way I live might not show it, I'm actually really good with money. I used to be able to make a $400 budget last me a whole month with everything I was working on. I don't know how at this point because I know it's partially because of inflation, but somehow I made it work a long time ago, back before the kids were born. I made $400 a month work for everything I needed it to work for. These days, that wouldn't even touch our grocery bill. But, yeah. But I've done bookkeeping before. Just didn't realize it. So I'm actually really excited about that. And I can't wait to get, like, certified so I can start taking on clients. I have a couple of people in mind I'm going to reach out to and be like, hey, do you need a bookkeeper? Because I need to put some experience on my books, and I'll do your bookkeeping for you for like 1 month for free. And if you continue using my services, I'll give you a discount kind of thing. If you need a bookkeeper, I'll let you know when I go live and we can work something out. But, so there's a couple people I'm going to reach out to once I am certified. And they're people I've actually already done bookkeeping for in the past. So, yeah. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really looking forward to that. And my original plan with that. So here was the plan. Because of the fact that my vacation for 1.5 years from now is already being denied, my plan was, and this plan hasn't really changed. Why is my chair making so much noise? So this plan hasn't really changed. It's just like this timeline has sped up because I'm fed up. But I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get my certification. I'm going to get a job. What I'd really like to do is open my own bookkeeping business. I'm already in the process of doing that. Like halfway done with that setup already. There's a couple other things I can't do because I'm still working on getting my birth certificate so I can get my license renewed, stuff like that. I did submit the paperwork for my birth certificate and paid the hefty fee. So now it's just a waiting game until I get the paper back that says, hey, you were born in Germany while your parents were stationed overseas. Here's all your fucking information. And then I'll take that and go be like, slam it on the DMV's desk and be like, here's the fucking information you wanted. Give me my license. Not really, but that's me. There's a whole long story with that. If you're new here, you don't know that story. But I've been to the DMV 3 times and to renew my license, not to whoo boy, to get it changed over and renewed, and was denied each time because I don't have a birth certificate, passport, or real ID. All I had, and it still says they can accept it on their website. Their website still says they accept the Social Security card. But when I actually go into the DMV office, and I went in the last time I went in there, I went in there with a printout of the state regulations saying you should be able to take this. They don't. They don't take it, despite what the website says. But anyways, so my license is expired, and I'm working on getting my birth certificate because I don't have a passport or a real ID. I was not smart enough to get that before we moved from North Carolina. And you have to do that in person. So, my license is expired. It's been expired since March. That's fun. So, working on that. Getting there slowly. And because of that, I can't finalize everything with opening up my 2 LLCs. One is a sole proprietorship, actually. The bookkeeping will be a sole proprietorship. The Brimstone Books is an LLC. And until I get my license, I can't finish up the paperwork for either one of those. But working on it. Working on it. Work in progress. Oh boy. Anyways, what else? But the plan was I would take my classes, get certified, open my business. Hopefully all this happens before January. I'm giving myself 6 months. August, I'm going backwards. I'm skipping months and going backwards. August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. I'm giving myself 5 months to complete the courses, get certified, open up my business. Because my plan was for 6 months, I was going to work. I was going to continue working both jobs. I was going to be doing part-time as a bookkeeper, full-time as the housekeeper for a clinic, because by then the clinic should be open, because I don't know the exact date it opens. Originally, we were told it would open this week. Yeah, it was supposed to open this week. And now it's talking about possibly being September. So I don't know. Sometime it'll open. But when it opens, I go to the clinic full-time. That was always the plan. Joke's on them, because I've already been told, and I'm going to get it in writing now, because I'm fucking tired of this bullshit where I didn't say that. Yes, you fucking did. I want it in writing that I'm no longer going to be responsible for discharges or anything else except clinic when it opens. But the plan was to do that, and then while I'm working both jobs, any money I made from bookkeeping was going to be saved, and it was going to go 3 directions. I was going to save 1/3 of it for taxes, because excuse me, Montana doesn't do Montana is a no tax state. They collect your taxes from your paychecks and stuff, but because I'm going to be owning my own bookkeeping business, I want to make sure I keep enough set aside for that. So taxes, obviously. 1/3 of it was going to be saved aside for our North Carolina trip. More details on that in a little bit. And then the other third was going to be set aside for publishing fees, because while publishing is a hobby for me, I kind of need money to do so. I kind of need money for editing, kind of need money for, covers, kind of need money for all this fun jazz. I would eventually like to do audiobooks, and the book that's coming out in December that I would love to do an audiobook for first, I already got a quote from a narrator. It's going to be about $3,500 to get that narrated. So audiobooks aren't happening anytime soon, because I refuse to do this ACX royalty share thing. No, fuck it. No, not with a 7-year contract with them. And everyone's like, yeah, but you can do royalty share. I'm like, fuck that with a 7-year contract. If it was a 1-year contract, maybe I'd be willing to do that, but no, not with a 7-year one. My life has gone to chaos in 4 years, much less 7. Not doing it. So I will pay a narrator outright, pay the $3,500 for the one I want. And actually, the one I really want was booked at the time. So once I have money saved aside, I'll contact that person, see what their schedule is like. Because honestly, I'd rather have her for this narration at least. But yeah, so set money aside until either September or October. And then go full time with the bookkeeping and quit the housekeeping. Like, I've got a deadline on when I'm leaving housekeeping, period. My deadline, I had 2 ways I was going to do it, because honestly, I was pretty damn certain that my vacation in September was going to be denied, because not even a week after I put in the calendar that I wanted a week off, one of the other housekeepers, who's in my opinion a fucking bitch and shouldn't be working there. You didn't hear that from me. She put in for the same week. And I was like, oh great. Not only is my vacation going to be denied, it's going to be denied with the excuse that there's no one who can work in the clinic, when reality is that someone else asked for the same week off and they're going to get it off before me. So I'm pretty certain my vacation in September is going to be denied with the excuse that no one else knows how to work clinic. And if my vacation is denied, if I'm still asked to come in, next year in September on that date will be my last day. Which means that my last day as a housekeeper will be September 15th? 15th. Because I think I asked for the 16th to the 22nd off this year because that's when the 7-day book challenge is. So September 15th of next year will be my end date. Otherwise, my end date will be October 22nd. I don't remember when our vacation for North Carolina is. But since we're already being told a year and a half out that our vacation is going to be denied, guess what? That'll be my last day and you won't have to worry about me coming back. So either way, my days in housekeeping are limited because I'm fucking tired of this bullshit. It's just whether I leave earlier or later. And the reason I said the plan hasn't changed that much is because the fact that I'm feeling like I really want to leave like today. Just can't afford to leave today. If I save up enough money for my North Carolina, once I open my bookkeeping business, if I set aside enough money for my North Carolina trip before the North Carolina, well before the North Carolina trip, because that'll be like a full 7 months. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I'm gonna give myself 6 months until June of next year, because that's when fair is. No, fair is in July. But I'm going to give myself until June next year. If I save up enough money for working part-time for the whole North Carolina trip, we have an amount in our heads that we're setting aside for gas, hotels, pet sitting, stuff like that. Like there is an amount in my head. It's really high that we're setting aside for that. And if I can save that much money in 6 months before July, before the fair, I'll quit earlier because I'm fucking done with this bullshit. So yeah, that is the plan. Sorry this video is so long. Sorry it's a rant. Sorry it's not one of my daily shorts, but I got today's message. No beating yourself up anymore. It doesn't help and you don't deserve it. I'm fucking done. I'm irritated. I'm done with bullshit excuses. I'm done with other people being able to take their vacation. My husband was able to take vacation. My husband, who started in May, has been able to use some of his PTO time. But because I work third shift, because I work the clinic, and no one knows how... Oh, that's the other thing. I have offered to train people on how to clean the clinic. And my boss has cleaned the clinic before. Like, there is no excuse. I'm sorry. It's fucking bullshit. And I've even said, I was like, it'll take an hour to train them how to clean the clinic. Because with 2 of us, we'll cut the time in half that it usually takes me by myself. Like, I teach you how to do one room, and you'll know how to do all of them. That's why I think the excuse that no one knows how to clean it is fucking bullshit. Because I've offered to train. I've told people how to train. I'm like, it's just like cleaning the ER. You do it the exact same way. And if you know how to clean an office, you know how to clean the offices in the clinic. Like, it's the exact same way. Like, there is no excuses. None. But I'm the only one that knows how to clean a clinic. And I'm pretty certain the list of tasks that she wanted was either A, to say that I have not been doing anything so that they have an excuse to write me up or fire me. I'm fully expecting one day I'm going to come into a write-up slip because I'm not working hard enough, not doing enough. Or B, it was to train my replacement. And you know what? I've hit the point where if they fire me tomorrow, I really don't give 2 fucks. I will figure my shit out. School's hiring janitor for $3 more. So I could always go to the school, work the same hours as my kids. They pay $3 more starting off than what I'm currently getting paid. And if I get my boiler license, they'll pay $2 on top of that. I don't think I'd be without a job for very long if they fire me. I really don't. I'll find another one. Not worried about it. Will it suck? Yeah, but not worried about it. But yeah, that's where I stand. I really fucking hate work. I love my job. I hate the bureaucracy bullshit that goes along with it right now. I no longer have any respect for my boss, and I'm sorry, it's probably not as hard to lose my respect as it should be, but once you lose my respect, it's really fucking hard to get it back, so she's not getting it back anytime soon. There's been too many broken promises, too many things said where she comes back and says, I never said that. And I'm like, this is why I asked for things in writing. I'm fucking done. And I don't know what else to do, because honestly, if I could afford it, I would quit. If they fire me, it's okay. We will make it, like, I don't absolutely have to work. As long as one of us is working full time. I mean, we made it work some fucking how when my husband was only working part-time for 2 years. Like, I didn't go to work for 2 years because we made it work on his part-time job. So with him, as long as he's working full-time, we'll still figure out some way to make it work. We'll figure it out. I just don't want to put us in that bind. I myself don't want to put us in that bind. I don't want to quit because I'm irritated and put us in that bind. But if they fire me and we're in that bind, that's a different story. And I've hit the point where, like, if they fire me, if I come into work and get told I'm fired, then fuck it. I'm fired. I don't care. I'll be like, okay, here's my badge. And walk away. Clean up my locker and walk away. I don't have a problem with it. And that's bad. Because the last time I hit that point, I did end up quitting the job within like 3 months. So, am I going to look for another job? No, I'm not going to look for another job. Because like I said, I do like my job. The clinic should be opening soon. Maybe things will change once the clinic's open. I don't know. Maybe I just have to weather the storm for a little bit longer. Maybe it'll get easier once the clinic's fully open. I fucking don't know. I doubt it. I did see the clinic last night for the first time. They took down their partitions that were separating the renovating area from the area I've been cleaning. So I probably wasn't allowed to because there's caution light taped up everywhere. But I did walk through it and take a look at it. It looks gorgeous. It's fucking amazing, actually. I'm really excited about that. I'm really hoping the hallway I've been cleaning, I hope they renovate that too. Because right now it's an eyesore compared to the rest of it. The rest of it looks amazing. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. This has probably been going on way too long. You probably already skipped out on this video at this point, and I apologize. And yeah, I'm here. I'm still doing the thing. Reading. I have been reading. I don't even have my iPad out here. I have been reading the Windsor series. The Windsors series. I don't remember what the actual name of it is. I'm pretty certain it's called The Windsors. The first book is The Wrong Bride, and I've read The Wrong Bride before. I think it was last year that I read it. But I saw an ad on Facebook that reminded me of it, and I was like, I actually really enjoyed that story. I'm going to go back and reread it. And I reread it, and I'm now reading the second one, which is called The Temporary Wife. And the book that I wanted to read when I read The Wrong Wife, the couple I really am interested in, they are mentioned. There's The Windsors is about, I think it's 5 brothers and 1 sister, or it's 4 brothers and 1 sister. I don't know. One of the two. But each book follows one of the brothers and sister as it's an arranged marriage. It's a billionaire arranged marriage series. And the concept of an arranged marriage in modern times just fascinates me, especially like with this series. Because like The Wrong Bride, he's engaged to her sister, but the arranged marriage was actually supposed to be originally between him and her. And after 5 years of dating the sister, she finally breaks it off, and the grandmother who's been arranging all the marriages is like, one of you is getting married to him on this date. If it's not going to be her, it's going to be you. And that's how the 2 main characters get married that were originally supposed to be married to begin with. And I really enjoyed the story because it's one of those cases where these two have actually been in love with each other the whole time. And they were just, one of them is not stupid. I'm not going to say she's stupid. She's actually been smart. She's been stepping aside for her sister because her sister was in love with him and they were dating each other. And she just held back. And she was like, fine, I will stand out of your way kind of thing until this happened. Whereas he has secretly been in love with her, didn't even realize it, couldn't admit it, didn't realize, he was like, why am I acting this way? I'm like, dude, you're in love with her. That's why you're acting this way, dum-dum. So, really enjoyed that one. I'm really enjoying The Temporary Wife, which is the next one. And the one I want to read, which is about the sister, who shares my sister's name, which is going to be awkward to read, because it's going to be like, Sierra. The one who's getting married next year, the sister who's getting married next year, her name is Sierra. And the sister in the series, her name is Sierra. And I'm like, Sierra, you're getting married next year. This would be perfect for me to read. But it comes out later this month. I think it comes out August 30th. So I'm really excited about that one because that's the one when I first read The Wrong Bride, I was like, I want to read about this couple. I already know this is the pairing. The grandmother doesn't even have to tell me. I know this is the pairing. And I want to read their story. It comes out later this year. And I'm just like excited about it. So now I want to read the whole series because even though each book is a standalone and you don't have to read each book separately, I want to read each book. I want to read all of them so that I can read hers and understand everything that's happened in the past before I get to this point. And I'm just like, I'm here for it. That's the one I want to read. And when it comes out, I don't know if you'll be able to find me anywhere but reading that book. So yeah, that's what's been going on the reading front. And because of that, I haven't filmed any videos. Between all of that, I haven't filmed any videos for VEDA. And then you get this very long one, which is me ranting about the fact that I haven't filmed any videos and why. I tell you about my plan for the future, which is like a year's worth in the making. Year and a quarter in the making. I don't know. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. And honestly, just chatting about it has helped me feel better. So maybe that's what I needed to do. I haven't really, because my husband and I work in the same building, he knows some of my feelings about everything that's going on, but I haven't explained them, and he knows our plan. And like, he agrees with my plan. But he does not know how badly I wanted to just turn my badge in and walk out the door last night. He does not, mostly because we said hi-bye this morning. He was going into work because I was coming back from work. And he's dealing with some of his own stuff. So, both with work and health issues. So I wasn't going to bother him with that. But he has noticed that I am depressed. And he was the one that warned me, hey, when you get into work, there's going to be a nastygram for you. And I'm like, fuck it. I don't even fucking care anymore. Obviously I do because it's upsetting me, but I don't care about the consequences of said note. That's how I should word that. So yeah, anyways, I've been talking way too long. I will let you guys go about your day, and yeah. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll promise to make a shorter film tomorrow. Bye, Dragonlings.